my loves, so I was not expecting this to come in the mail today. I placed this order from ASHFORD, which is where I get a lot of my inserts, and I got my M5 stuff from there as well. Let me just go ahead and finish opening up this box and I'll meet you back here. So as you can see, I got quite a few things. If I'm gonna order from ASHFORD, because it's global shipping and I have to do, I like doing a pretty big order. So I went ahead and placed a good amount of, an order for a good amount of inserts. So we'll go ahead and open that together. I love it so much. But anyways, I got quite a few M5 things, a few passport things, or rather pocket, and also a few personal, and even some A5. So, okay, let's get this in order. So this is the personal size stuff. This is the Mini6, the M5, and the A5. I love these things. I do have quite a few of them in other sizes. So I have this one, which is a personal sized insert, also from ASHFORD. And then I have the M5 one. Originally, this is my ASHFORD wallet. Originally, this insert came in here, but I switched it out because I really liked having this one. And then I have one of the plastic inserts in here as well. But there are these plastic ones and these metal ones as well. The metal ones are usually out of stock. I like the metal ones a lot because of the more so than the actual clip, because of the fabric backing. But usually the plastic ones are the ones that are in stock. And I didn't have an A5 one, so I went ahead and got one. And then I'm going to leave this sound on so that you guys can see the difference between the plastic and the metal rings. This is something that was asked by Chrissy, and so I wanted to make sure that you guys could hear it. So these are the plastic ones. And then here's the personal one. And then here is the metal ones. This is like the Ranger. Let's see, I don't want to. So my Ranger is actually pretty, it's not super loud. The pocket as well from Mini5 is also pretty soft sounding. I love actually the sound of this one. It's probably my favorite. Here's the M5. Oops, Poofy came out. And then the worst of them for me is my Portobello. I actually don't really like the Portobello very much because I hate the sound of the rings. Ugh. And actually, even more than the sound, I think it's the way that it feels. Like, it's much stiffer a ring. I like the plastic ones because they're really easy to open, but they are pretty loud. So I would say that they are loud. So that's just something to keep in mind. Something I wanted to try out, another reason why I wanted to try out the insert is to see if it fit in here. Because my other binder doesn't fit. Oh, it like almost, let's see, I can probably squeeze this in here. So lots of finagling, and it does, I can squeeze it in there, but then it kind of won't close. And I'm pretty sure that's because it has more, not really. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so a couple things I could do if I was willing to is I could cut this down a little bit. And then I could even potentially cut down the edge just a tad, and that would probably fit in here just fine. So that is definitely an option that is available to me if I would like. I might end up buying another one just to try that out. I will have to sacrifice it just in case. But anyways, for now, this continues holding the Jibun Techo. Okay. So I got the A5, and then I got this A5 paper. Quite intrigued. I really love ASHFORD paper, quite frankly. It's like a Cornell style paper. and I thought it would be really handy for like note taking and such. So I'm just gonna pop that in there. Very cool. Another reason I got it was because I thought it would work really well for like logging, for like daily logging. I thought that would be a really good option as well. So that's that. Love. And then that's the model in case you were interested in looking that up. So that's what I got for the A5. Let's look at what I got for the Bible size, which is the personal size. I got a personal version of the same A5 sheet. Again, I thought it'll work really well for daily logging. I also got one of these long today ones. I've realized that I prefer the long, like the full page sized markers in this way. Also, this is the product number in case you are interested in it. I prefer it because the half ones like this, you could feel a little flip, and in truth, the Filofax ones are horrible. For me, they break so easily. I've broken 2 of them. I don't know if it's just because they're old or what, but yeah, they're definitely not my favorite. So I decided to get the full page one. I know that, I believe, if I remember correctly, that Randy.plans has some clear dividers, and I'm potentially going to be getting some of those in the near future. But yeah, I really like that. Nice. So I got that for the personal size. And then I also got these inserts, these refills, which again, that's what it looks like. And these have rose gold. So I've never been into I really have never been into the foiling on the side of the pages. However, ever since getting the Nulty, which the poor Nulty, I love it so much. I really do, but this thing will not lay flat, and I think that it's doing me in. So I'm probably not gonna get the Nulty next year. However, I am obsessed. Absolutely obsessed with the black foiling situation here on the side. This is like charcoal, silver, black. I don't know, but I love it so much. And I think that because I love it so much, like, see, it does not lay flat. It makes me so sad. It made me interested in trying out other foiling type situations. So I did, in fact, get this with the foil. When I saw it, I was like, ooh, I want that. Plus, I've been really into lined paper lately. Quite a lot. I want lined everything. So there's the, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. Oh, that sounds so sexy. So that is the insert. And I have a few of them that are Filofax. Like this is a Filofax insert. Let me give you a blank one so you can kind of see. So this is the Filofax one. It's a little bit different, but similar. And I find that with Filofax paper, it is very make or break. When it's very inconsistent when it comes to, yeah, I'm a little bit obsessed. You can't tell like just by one page, but yeah, it's lovely. What was I saying? Filofax paper is inconsistent, especially not just with fountain pen, like any pen, but specifically with fountain pen, it's just it's so inconsistent. There are some pages that do well, some pages that don't, and that is extremely bothersome to me. So that's what I ended up getting for the personal size. I ended up getting this insert to try out for daily logging, and this is just 30 pages, so it's pretty simple. This one does bring 100 pages, but that's fine. It's just a general insert for note taking, and the today divider for the full page. Really love that. Okay, so then next I got some refills for the pocket, and I am really into yellow paper lately. Again, ever since the Nulty came into my life, I have been very much into the yellow. I will say this is definitely more yellow. So on the yellow spectrum, it's the yellowest I've got so far. Where is the weeks? Where are you? Open H2Weeks. I have a mess. If you could see that, I'm not going to show you because it's a mess. But on the side of my table, it's horrid. Okay, so let's look at the Hobonichi paper. Here we go. So we have the Hobonichi paper, right? We have the Nolty, which is definitely more yellow. And then we have, where'd it go? Did I drop it? Oh. And then we have here even more, like this is definitely yellow. This is a creamish yellow. This is definitely creamer. And then where is the Midori paper? Do I have a Midori near me? I don't think I do. But anyways, those are the different yellows. I just wanted to compare that for comparison's sake. Okay, so I got this Don't Forget insert because I've been wanting one for a really long time. I really like this style of insert. This is the title. I love the branding of ASHFORD quite a lot. And that's what that looks like. It says date, content, process, check. It's just a couple of, it's like just a little to-do list situation. And I like it because it's horizontal. I've been really into the horizontal style inserts quite a lot. Of course, nothing says that if it's not horizontal that you can't use it in that way. However, it's nice when it does have the horizontal built in. And then, like I mentioned, I've been very into lined paper, so I just got a bunch of these lined notepads, lined note paper in the yellow color as well. So I will be putting that into the pocket. And then I got another one of these full page ones. So this is the pocket that I'm using right now. And like I said, this, I've already cracked it right here. Can you see? Ugh, infuriating. Absolutely infuriating. And I thought that maybe it was just the other one because the other one came with the Ranger and maybe it's just old, but this one I bought new. So obviously it's just a matter of the plastic is not very good. Okay. Love. So that's what that looks like. Very nice. Ooh, very nice. Very easy to come across. Love. Okay, and then let's just insert a few of these in here. I just have random little bits of paper inserted in here. It's fun that way. Very nice. Okay. So that's the M6 stuff. And now the M5. So for the M5, I've got mostly inserts as well. This is a little pack that comes. And then these are loose refills. So, I mean, they're all loose refills, but also this has a lot of holes in it. Why? That's random. So this is a kind of like study journal situation. I got it for some interesting time tracking situation. So let me show you here. So I thought it would be kind of cool for like media tracking. I've been trying out this thing. I showed you guys, right? The little circles, or the little timestamp, not the timestamps, the clocks. But I got this to see if I could use this for that as well. So it's a little, it's called a study journal, but I'm planning on using it for that purpose. So let's see. I'm curious about all the holes. I mean, I'm guessing you can, yeah, pretty much place it anywhere, but interesting. Very peculiar. So we're gonna try that out and see how, oh, there's some extra ones. My bad. And I did get 2 of those, so you can kind of see here in the example, kind of like what it looks like. And you have, so you have the time, and then you have the increments by 10, right? So from 5:30 to 6, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm intrigued by that. So I have 1 extra insert of that. And I am keeping all of these little, the packaging, because I will be junk journaling with that as well. Maybe I can do that with you guys. For a second, I thought I wasn't recording. So then I have this extra one, and then this is a little set. So I'm pretty sure this comes with like extra, just random notebook paper. Okay. Yeah, so this is blank. Just blank paper. Well, that feels thin. Interesting. Ooh, yeah, that's very thin. I think this is thin. If I remember correctly, this is like the thinner paper. That's definitely thin. And then this one is gridded pink paper. And this one is notched. It's pre-notched, which is interesting. So I'm gonna do one of those. I need to get like a storage solution for these inserts now that I'm like full blown in my, like I'm just full blown in rings. No doubt about it. I don't think I'm ever gonna not be in rings at this point. Even if I do bound books, I definitely think I'm gonna have rings as a supplement always. This is a blue one with lines, again, lined paper, also notched. And then this one, I believe, is also notched, but this is dot grid. Let's see. Okay, this one's not notched. Cool. This one is just dot grid. Cool. And so those are the 3 different types, or the 3 things I got for the M5. I'm just going to put these in here so we can try them out together. I'm going to do the little pen test on them. I'm really intrigued by this thin paper. Yeah, it's very thin. I like that. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go ahead now and I'm going to cut up all of the packaging that I'm going to use in my junk journal, and then I'll come back and we'll do that together. I do find that I have just a lot of like random papers that I don't really use, like that have just come with that I've either purchased or I have come with the different binders that I've bought. Oh, this is another one. This is like a really stiff. This is in the Heritage. I'm using right now this Heritage, which is so expensive, but whatever. If any of you are interested in the Heritage binder, let me know. I'm interested in selling it. Anyways, what I was saying, I got completely off track. I have a lot of paper in here that I don't necessarily use very much, just so that it's a little bit fuller. So yeah, I just went ahead and emptied that out a little bit, and that works. Okay. And then I know I have a box somewhere with my Filofax inserts. I have like storage that I haven't used, or that I haven't opened again in a while. That I have a bunch of stuff in. I have like a bunch of these like inserts in there. I really want a place to store these in a way that is beneficial. Let me see if I can find it. I did find it. Okay. So this has a bunch of my just random. So I have, these are Filofax, and I'm gonna be real, guys. I'm not a big fan of Filofax paper. Like, I did get quite a few of the Filofax ones, and I'm not a fan of the paper. It just doesn't write very well, in my opinion. It's not consistent. So these I will probably, if anyone is interested, let me know. I believe, yeah, these are old. These are from 2021. These came with the pocket, the Metropole. And I just have them in there. I don't know. I should just probably throw those out. And then I do have these M5 dividers that I had purchased, but they're a little bit too long, I feel. Let's see here, for example. This is a little bit stuffed. Oh, goodness. Oh, no. Mistake. I've made a mistake. Oh, Lord. Like, I don't know if I just cut my M5 inserts too small. I don't think so, because they're in line with the ASHFORD ones. I just think that Filofax ones are a little bit, like, longer. Although I guess that actually doesn't seem that long anymore. But, like, when I first started, they felt so long. Huh, that's not that bad. I'm intrigued now. That's cute. So yeah, I just have these kind of like makeshift dividers. I don't really need dividers for here because I'm using this primarily as like a scrap space for notes and stuff like that. So I don't necessarily need to have dividers in here. It'll just bulk it up even more. But yeah, I actually don't hate how that looks. I love my little M5. So cute. And then these A, B, C, D, E, F, G address came with the Metropole as well. I don't really need those. Okay. So then now we can put these in here. And I will return to them later. Oh no, I don't think they all fit. Okay. Let's be smart here. Did I just throw these 2021 ones out? I don't really need them. Okay. So let's put the Bible ones first. And then passport. If anyone is interested in these Filofax pocket inserts, let me know in the comments and I'll get them to you because I don't really see myself using them. Because again, I don't really like the paper. Okay, cool. There. So now that's nice and stored. I have to figure out better storage for that though, 100%. Because I officially don't have any more room in there. Okay. And then here we are in my junk journal. Don't want to cover her up. So, no, we're not doing that. I just went ahead and added that here. This is from a onion skin journal that I received. That's gonna have its own separate video. I'm very excited about that. But I did cut down this here and added it to this section. I added their logo over here to the front. And then I have here the ASHFORD little loose refill thing. I also did the ASHFORD Mini 6 thing here, and then a couple bits of the postcards that were in there as well. So that is the little junk journaling session in here. I'm curious about this this A5. We shall see. I have certain things that I'm thinking up with the A5, but I will discuss that at a later date. I think this works really well for like on my desk. Sometimes I don't like having the full binder on my desk because obviously you open the binder and it's this really long thing. Like for example, right, like if I want to work in here, I have to open this, and then it's like this really large surface area. Whereas with here, it's right here, right? Like it's a small little thing. And then let's say I'm done with this page, I just have to flip it. And then I'm over here working on this side if I wanted to, right? Like it's very simple in that regard. I could also just work horizontally if I wanted to. It's just really nice and compact in that way. I guess we can finish off the video with just this little update. I am thinking some things up. There's gonna be a video because I've decided to slightly shift what I'm doing next year. But I was talking yesterday to Maddie over from Hello Naya, kind of explaining to her the different things that I'm thinking about and the struggles that I'm having with that. And we started talking about the take-a-note, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just use up the take-a-note for a little bit? And so what I ended up doing was kind of like going through the take-a-note, looking at all the spreads, and thinking a little bit about, you know, how I'm gonna kind of consolidate some of the pages. And what I did was from the Magpie journal, I took out all of the pages that technically belong in the daily journaling sphere, like the stream of consciousness, daily log type situation. I moved them back here with the tan. That way they kind of like work together, because really this is the journal that I was using for that. And so I moved all of the personal pages onto here in between when I was using them, right? So I stopped using the tan for daily logging around this time, 8/25. I moved into the personal and did these pages. And then here we are, today's the 25th of October. And so I'm thinking I'm probably gonna daily log in here for a little bit, like between this and the Ranger, because I do think, like, again, I even if I am in a bound book, I do really think that I'm gonna be using rings as supplements. And so yeah, so that's kind of like what I'm considering. I think since we have the little supplement, why don't we do what I just said would be a convenient means to an end. Let's go ahead and move this over. Oops, go back in there. And so that can basically live in here for now, right? Cool. So I'm gonna do that coming into the coming week, and then I'm also gonna, of course, have the personal as a supplemental thing. I have to move these pages. Actually, might as well just move them. Since we're already here, right? Round and round and round and round. Round and around we go. Okay. There are some daily pages that won't be in here though because I've glued them into the vertical weeks, which is fine. No big deal. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all my life anyways, but I do like having some compartmentalization. Okay, and so I do quite like that. We'll see what I end up using that for, but anyways. Okay, cool. The brown one behaves better than the black one, at least. I really like this paper. Okay, so there's that for now. I'm gonna keep ideating, keep thinking, keep trying to think of different ways to continue to use my systems in a way that is super fun and also creatively expands my day-to-day. At the end of the day, that's what my preference is. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was definitely an impromptu situation. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.